Hello. Sorry, I forgot to hit the go live button during the music bit. But at least the VOD watchers, there's not an annoying intro to watch. How are we, gang? There's chat about wrestling in the chat, and I don't watch wrestling, so I have no idea what's been discussed. I'm happy if it's good news or sad if it's not. What's that meme where it's like, I'm really happy for you, but I ain't reading all that? Or like, what is it? I ain't reading all that. I'm really happy for you. I'm sorry that happened. That's basically me. Gang, how are we all? I'm hoping I have fixed the alerts today. We'll find out together. Bergskamp's Revenge and also Jacko No 13N. I feel like your name is... What could No 13N mean? You guys subbed, I don't think, while I was live. Or if you subbed last night, the alerts weren't working, and I'm pretty sure I missed those subs. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. How are we? A little bit of an earlier start today. Thanks to there not been any midweek football outside the Football League, where I'm fully aware there is some football. But I feel like I can go head-to-head with the Championship. Keeney, mate, thank you for the sub. It's popped up. Why can I not hear the music? Could you guys hear the music? I think you guys maybe could hear that and I couldn't. Did it? Let me hit the replay button. Keeney, mate, thank you for the 10 months. It's not working. It's not, chat, it's broken. It's not working. Also, is there actually Champions League tonight? Chat, should we just come back in half an hour? I've not been paying attention, have I? Can you tell I've been all over the place today? There is Champions League today. Bloody hell. Right, shall we come back in an hour? Chat, I'll be honest, I'm all over the place. I thought, oh, Manchester United played yesterday, so there must be no European football this week. Sorry, I don't mean that as a dig, really. It's just a fact. How are we, though? We good? We have got Oceanic Champions League action. This is bigger than what's going on in real life. I don't know why the Mark Vidukas aren't playing, Keeney. Also, Chris, dude, thank you for the 23, nearly 2 years to reference the number of points Aston Martin will score this year. As high as 2. To be fair, they just need one race, don't they, with DNFs? Right, chat, I need you guys to keep me up to date with what's happening in the CHAMPO. Why are the alerts not working? Why are them? Every stream something new breaks. They weren't showing up at all yesterday, right, on stream, and this time they're now actually popping... Oh, wait. Wait, does it work now? No. No, it still doesn't. Why is the audio stopped? Why can't stuff just work? Oh, wait, no, that did work. It did work. What am I yapping about? Oh, my... We fixed it. We did it. Right, Keeney, let me replay yours and see if it works. I'm a genius. I don't actually know what I did. I'll be honest. I don't even know what I did. Isn't that just... that? I feel like that's peak solving tech issues. I'll tell you what, if Inter go out to Bodo Glimt, absolute scenes. Oh, it's 0-0 in that game. Bodo Glimt's actually good. I feel like every year in Football Manager, they have some criminally underpriced players that you can like sign and you think, that's a bit silly. Those players are too good. And then they'd like get some mental results in Europe. And it feels justified. Also, chat, I need a new chair. This chair every hour just slowly sags down. We fixed it. Yes, Keeney and Chris, dude, thank you for the sub. Sorry that the alerts just don't work. Chat, can I ask, you know how, like, it's a bit of an amateur running of the organisation here at Work the Space Enterprises. Does that make it feel more homely? I feel like in the age of the internet where everything's quite corporate and polished and refined and kind of TV-like, there's something to be said for a bloke in his office who can't get the words Kevin, it's a red flag playing correctly. Also, top 50 Wonder Kids. Satpayev, Icorn, Juf is absolutely mad. In this universe, he's gone to Konya Sport. First regen in the list. This is why I don't like having a tribute masking on. A tribute masking on. I like looking at these players that I'm never going to be able to sign while I'm in New Zealand. Jack, you look just like the England curling captain. If I was you for a second, well, it has been said he bases his looks off me. What can I say? I saw on Insta that Macclesfield have more wins against Prem teams than Spurs in 2026. Chat, stop. They're already dead. They're already dead. I bet you haven't edited tomorrow's Park to Prem. Chat, you know me. You know me. I haven't. It's a double away day as well. For the away day fans, I've got you covered with 2 CHAMPO away days. So that's fun. Shush, dude. 15 stream streak of watching. Respect. Yeah, chat, I could show you the next gen list, but like none of the players here are scouted. So is it a bit pointless? I kind of want to keep track of which Asian teams have the best wonder kids. You know, just in case we need to go to South Korea or Japan next. Chat, what is that name? Malcolm Tsuyoshi. That can't be an actual... That can't be a real Japanese name, Malcolm. Malcolm Tsuyoshi. Hikesa. I mean, it rolls off the tongue. Mental name. His name's too big. It's broken. It's literally broken the pop-up. Malcolm Tsuyoshi. Poor Yoshi. I know, it's not fair, is it? Did I use CHAMPO in tomorrow's video? I think I did. I think I did, and I'm a terrible person. Kenji Sakai, so he plays for Seoul. Jesse Lingard, regen, anyone? Probably not. There's another Seoul guy here. Is Seoul going to be full of good players? If Seoul sack their manager, chat. It's weird, right? If we win the CHAMPO, are we immediately resigning? Or is it worth just kind of waiting for the right job to come up whilst hopefully stat padding our rep a little bit in NZ? That's the real question. Chims, dude, 53 months have been subscribed. That is far too long, mate. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. 53 months. What was I doing 53 months ago? I feel like that's not long after I went full time with content creation. When the Champions League then jumped ships. The thing is, I don't know if I want to... Is it worth resigning if I'm just, like, not going to have anything to do? Because I feel like just any wins will just help my manager reputation. Like, it's not like it's going to do me any damage. Also, let's ask if we can start our Continental C coaching badge. The club's still got some money in its bank balance for now. I'll tell you what, if we don't win the CHAMPO this year, that finance graph might be a problem. Do I prefer streaming or making YouTube videos? It's kind of a different vibe. It's kind of a different vibe. I'll tell you what, chat. I like the flexibility that comes with YouTube videos in terms of I can kind of just stream whenever I feel like it. They don't want to give me the coaching badge. But I do enjoy... Streaming is just a bit more chill. With like YouTube, you have to be... I say it's chill. I like both. I think they both kind of satisfy different needs. Like, they're not too similar that, like, I feel like one contributes to burnout to the other. I don't know if I really have a preference. I think it depends on the save game a lot of the time. Just watched yesterday's stream. I wanted to say my first save I saw of yours was FC United on FM13. Oh. Now, that is the second series ever. Did you know there was a series that preceded that? Did you know? Maybe you did. It was the Pentagon Challenge back in the day. Right, we've got CHAMPO action, everyone. It's the Oceanic Champions League. We're taking on Hikari United of Papua New Guinea. They actually won this competition in like the last 30 years, so I have to show them a bit of respect. Kodjo Avora's got a bit of an injury. Pelina's not registered because I couldn't register him. Is Kodjo Avora fit enough to play? He can play. I almost feel like it's not worth the risk. I'm kind of tempted to just start Bevan for this game. Because we are going to have the second leg, right? It is all two-legged games. I'm not mistaken in that regard. Yeah, the second leg is in a week. So we've got to show some respect to Hikari United here. Is streaming more taxing than videos? It probably is, just because you constantly have to be entertaining in videos. Like, I can have some downtime. And the other nice thing is, like, with a YouTube video, right, I can record a match in the bit before it, and it might be, like, 20 minutes to half an hour of recording. And then I can maybe have a break if I want to before I record the next game, which I do sometimes do. I'll go and walk the dog or whatever between matches during an episode. So, like, that flexibility is nice, and, like, there isn't this pressure to do it all at once, whereas with streaming, you're basically blocking out, you know, a few hours of your day to, like, do stuff. Right, if we don't win this, we're in trouble. I mean, I'll be honest, chap, when it comes to this Champions League, I think it's going to come down to us or Christchurch. They're the other team from New Zealand. I think we are just a step above, especially because this team that we have, we're at the Club World Cup in real life, and so they have this money and this professional status that other teams in the region just don't have. This is the quarterfinals, folks. I love the names. Ray, name. Was there a guy called Jay there? I don't know why. I assume that people from Papua New Guinea would have, like, more extravagant names than, like, Manu and Joe. Like, there's something beautiful about the last name Joe and the last name... Okay, that one's ruined it. Sorry to Ayabuya. But Ray and Killer, for example. Right, we're playing in our black kit. Let's make something happen. Oh, that's the ball. Bevan, I've brought you into the team. That's why you don't normally start. Never cry that I'm not playing you. Bodo winning 1-0. Absolute scenes. Do we have any Inter fans in the chat? I mean, if I was them, I would have stopped watching the game by now and come watch the stream. That seems like a better way of spending your time. I was definitely there for the Louis series. Can't remember the name, but there was a striker all the way from non-league to Prem. I think Shvetsov, the Russian striker, as well. Yeah, Matthew Lewis was the legend of the original Lewis save game. Matthew Lewis of Lewis. I think it was it West Ham we sold him to and then signed him back from? I can't remember. George would have scored that. To be fair, I think my nan could have scored that chance that Bevan had. If we lose, it's because Bevan missed that chance. A Bodo Glimt 4-1 up on aggregate, chat. Was it 3-1 after the first leg? Oh, maybe it was a Newcastle. You know what? That sounds familiar. Oh, no, Ray. It's an own goal. It's a disaster for Ray. Raymond Ray. That can't be a real person. You can't be called Raymond Ray. Like, your parents have a sick sense of humour if they're called Raymond. You call you Raymond Ray. It was Newcastle. Thank you to the people who know my own save games better than me. Matthew Lewis went to Newcastle, not West Ham. Which FM was Hereford? I genuinely, chat, I can't remember. I've been doing it for 12 years. You'll have to forgive me for the fact that it kind of all blurs into one. I genuinely can't remember. I remember the Hereford save game. We signed James Maddison on like a... Oh, my word, that was nearly a banger. We signed James Maddison on a free transfer after he got released by Norwich. Shout out to Ray. Ray Raymond is our GOAT, chat. Look at him. He's a regen. Oh, that ruins it. In my head, he was real. Did I sign Shvetsov? Was able to get a work permit from? Yeah, I think we signed him in League 2 and he didn't get a work permit till the Championship. Which, ironically, after Brexit with the ESC rules, I think you'd get around it. Oh, James Norris. Released by Liverpool, played for us in a Park to Prem save game. He was our Towler Town left-back at one point. Now he's doing it in New Zealand. Oh, nice camera angle. Jimenez, was that even going in when the keeper saved it? I'm not sure. This is only the first leg. I mean, we're dominating it, but at the same time, I just need to make sure we do everything right until we play Christchurch. I feel like in a weird way, ESC work permits have made lower league save games easier. Would people agree with that? If you play Football Manager and do the kind of typical Park to Prem save game, oh my word, the physics on that hit in the corner. That has satisfied me in a very weird way. My desires are not ordinary, chat. That was one of them there. Bevan, you're offside. 100% offside. I'm waiting for the Lions flag. Yeah, okay. I couldn't even see it. The flag was raised. Jack, can you pronounce the last Karabakh goal scorer? Elvin Jafargiev. How was that for an attempt? I feel like I had a minor seizure halfway through, but I think it wasn't bad. I feel like I'm being bullied by the chat. It's just like, here's a really difficult name that was scored by an Azerbaijani striker. Now say it. Perform, monkey. Oh, how's he missed that? How has he missed that? That was actually a chance as well. I'm a little bit concerned. If we somehow go into the away leg and lose, I'm going to regret all these misses. Del Nino 14. I used to wear the football shirt number 14. Mate, thank you so much for the 8 months. 8 months of Bezos Bucks. Up the pissing Auckland Massive. You've got to specifically say Auckland City. Because there's lots of Auckland teams. I forget that it's Auckland City we manage. But up the Auckland Massive. And accept Auckland FC and Auckland United. Can you pronounce? No. I just read that name in chat. No, I can't. Has anyone noticed, right, on the latest update of Football Manager, these kickoffs happen all the time, where the ball gets kicked straight out of play? Like, it can't just be me. I'd say 1 in every 4 kickoffs I see it happen. And that's just the kickoffs at the start of a half where you get shown that highlight. Like, it's really bad. It's like such a weird thing for them to include in the match engine update. And, like, it can't just be me who notices it happen. Like, it's multiple times a day. Admittedly, I play more than the average person, but it is weird. How's the save going? It's the quarterfinals, Minty, of the Oceanic CHAMPO. We're vibing, but we are missing a lot of chances. And whilst I do expect us to win this game, this team that we're playing against, I think it's Hikari. They have actually won the Oceanic CHAMPO before. Right, I've seen enough. Get Bevan off the pitch. He's missed so many one-on-ones. Kodjo Avora's got a knock. Don't care. He's coming on. Norris on a bucking off for Santi. And Zombie on for Videria, who missed an open goal. And you know what? Jimenez on too. 4 changes. It's the quarterfinals right now, ladies and gentlemen. That is interesting positioning. Is that not out of play? I guess it's not. I've never seen anyone take a corner, put the ball there. Oh, Kodjo Avora's just been subbed on and scored. Chat, he has scored with his first touch. Did he literally just get subbed on? He's literally just run on from the bench and headed it. Right, I need to check. How long was he on the pitch there for that goal? Like, genuinely. If I go back, does the back work? Oh, the back 10 seconds doesn't work. Excellent. Okay, well, never mind. Jack, why don't you ever speak about Wetherspoon's food? I don't go many spoons, I'll be honest, mate. I'd rather go to, like, nice independent pubs in London rather than a Wetherspoon's. I've got the choice of all the pubs in the world. I'm not forced to go to the only pub in range that's a Wetherspoon's, I'm afraid. Is that controversial, chat? Oh, wait, we got a penalty. Okay, I knew that. I knew that. Sane's on the pitch. It's not Leroy Sane, it's his brother. Sidi Sane, the number 7. Bang! And the dirt is gone. We don't have a brand deal with Civic Band, but if they want to sponsor the stream, please do. Hey, Chicky, how's it going today? Do you know what round we're reaching of the New Zealand team? I don't know. You know what, Minty? It might have happened and I've just not noticed. We might actually know our draw. I didn't check. The last time I had any Wetherspoon's food chat was literally after a wedding the next morning when I was very hungover and I just needed an English breakfast. And there was like the only place to get it was a Spoons. It's not something I crave. I hope that's not controversial. Like, I fully appreciate that where I am in the world, because I live in South London, like, we have lots of pubs and restaurants and choice. And there's some places where the Spoons will be, like, the only pub in the town that does food. And sometimes just the only pub in the town, full stop. But with the choice I have, it feels like a bit of a waste to go to Spoons. Is Kodjo Avora on there? No. No. What about a pint of Wetherspoons in an airport? I don't really drink before flights. I'll drink on the flight. I don't know about anyone else. I very rarely get to an airport with enough time to have a pint. Again, is that controversial? I feel like if I'm arriving to the airport with time for a pint comfortably, I've left too early. Although, if there's a Nando's in the airport, I'm all over it. Okay, we've got a cup game midweek against Gisborne United, who don't play in a league. We're playing the B team. We'll rotate things up. Koldrovora can start. Do I like this rotated team? It'll do. It's the lazy man's way of playing. What's coaching level are we now? We've got a National A, but the board did just turn down my Continental C. Also, Nando's in Gatwick South is heritage. Facts. Absolute facts. Up Nando's in the Gatwick South terminal. That's literally what I was thinking of when I said it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink at airports, chat. On the flight, I'm all over it. Like when I fly to Singapore and to like Asia on trips, I'm having a beer. I need it to help me get through the flight, especially if it's included. Then I'm definitely having one. But if I'm like flying to Spain or France, it's not worth it. I'll save it for when I land. Being from the Yank Bank, I don't know what a Nando's or a Gatwick is. Gatwick is an airport. It's one of the biggest airports in London. Behind Heathrow, right? I think it's bigger than Luton and Stansted. So I'm sure someone who knows more than me about runways will let us know. Right, if we don't win this game, it's shambolic, because this is like a non-league team. It's a midweek game. I've literally played the B team here. I know this is an FM stream, but I miss F1, Jack, especially when we are getting ready for the F1 season. I also know it's not your fault, just fond memories. Like I want F1 Manager back too. It's never happening. Our only hope is if EA decide to make a management mode in the F1 games. Which I actually don't think would be a terrible idea if they did that and then made it so the manager mode had stuff for my team. But I don't think it's a priority right now. But I am looking forward to the new F1 season. I've got my tickets for Suzuka ready, chat. I'm at the end of the pit wall at Suzuka in, what, a month and a bit? I'm very excited for that. One of my favourite, like, tracks in the world. Never been there in person. Not the best track historically for F1 in recent years. Who knows what it's going to be like this year? Like, we don't know, do we? But I'm looking forward to it as a... I hate to say it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but I can't imagine I'm going to be in Japan at Suzuka for an F1 race again, unless I really enjoy it, in which case you never know. The issue with Motorsport Manager, and I love Motorsport Manager, like, oh my, how is that not gone? That's an awful shot at the end of it. Motorsport Manager just doesn't have the same spectacle as F1 Manager. Like, it's a fun game to play, but I don't know if it's a fun game to watch. Which might sound like so stupid, but like there is, it's in the same way that some people like watching 2D in Football Manager and some people like watching 3D. And I think especially if you're not someone hyper into playing the game yourself, like the 3D visuals of F1 Manager helped you kind of get a bit more invested. Like I've got over 1,000 hours in Motorsport Manager. They're updating it so you never know. Oh, chat, Motorsport... I've seen all the hopium around Motorsport Manager. I don't want to crush people's hopes and dreams. Motorsport Manager and Play Sport Games had a 10-year agreement with Sega that expired. Miniclip bought the publishing rights back for the game. But the people who made the original Motorsport Manager on PC no longer work at Play Sports Games. They're not there. Christian West, who was the founder of the studio and made the first few games himself, is not there anymore and hasn't been there for years. It's not the same people who made the PC game who are still there now. I know they put out an update on PC that was literally to remove some licensing stuff and like remove all the Sega branding and update the legal stuff and fix like a critical game issue. I'm not expecting them to put out any updates for Motorsport Manager. on PC, and I would be shocked if we get a sequel. And if we do, I'm not overly convinced it'll be as good as the original. Mons Calpe bought it. That is a great reference to Miniclip. I and many other stream watchers appreciate the Mons Calpe callback. Bono Glimp 2-0. Oh, Inter in the mud chat. I feel like Inter had that one shot, didn't they, at the Champions League with their squad. And it was an old squad as well. And there's a bit of a reset needed there. But yeah, I love Motorsport Manager. I've played a lot of it, but I feel like I've kind of played the crap out of it. It's a bit like how I felt about F1 Manager, around Football Manager 24 at the end of the 2-year cycle. It's like I needed something new. Currently watching this on my phone whilst the Newcastle game is on. Seeing Voltmarder playing in midfield gives me flashbacks to you training damn nearly everyone as Regista for the last 5 years. Chat, I'm not over the fact they've removed the Regista role. How do I start a petition to get Regista back? He's off there, right? Is he off? Is he not off? He's on. I'm missing the old Football Managers where I could zoom out and just see if the linesman was holding the flag or not. He looks miles off there. I guess this guy was playing him on it. He looks off, didn't it? That looked off to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love there to be a new Motorsport Manager. Just to be clear, chat, when I'm kind of getting a bit doomer about Motorsport Manager, it's not that I hate the games and don't want them to be anymore. I'd love a good Motorsport Management game. I'm just not overly optimistic that we are going to get it from PlaySport Games, and I think a lot of people see the fact they've updated it and kind of have a bit of false hope, and I'd rather be the person to kind of crush people's spirits about that hope than let them dream. And then if we are surprised, we can all be pleasantly surprised together. If you're starting a petition, it should be a petition to Codemasters for LMA. Well, Cody's is owned by EA now, and EA, I don't think they're going back into the sports management market, at least with a football management game, I'm afraid to say. Isn't Regista just box-to-box playmaker? Oh, my sweet summer child. Absolutely not. Box-to-box playmaker is a roaming playmaker. There isn't really a role that does what the Regista used to do, if I'm being honest. I don't know if you can actually add instructions on a deep line playmaker. I want to check it quickly. If you put a deep line playmaker, I've already got one here. Yeah, you can't do it anymore. Regista was nice because they'd move like laterally across the pitch rather than up and down the pitch like a box-to-box playmaker. How many pages are you up to with your thoughts on this year's Football Manager? It's almost 2,000 words, and it's notes. It's not written out sentences. That is 1,800 words of just bullet points. And then, like, expansions off them. How many offside goals has there been this game? I feel like there's been loads. For a 3-0, I feel like we've been around for ages and I've seen the ball in the net a lot. F1 Manager was brilliant when you streamed it, except for one thing, allowing the chat to always choose the sprint races. I loved Monaco sprint races. I'm still waiting for F1 to do it in real life. Clearly, it's what the people want. Oh my, okay, but that one is going to count. I don't know if the keeper should do better there or not. Chat, I'm requesting permission to instant result the rest of this cup game. I want to get to the CHAMPO. You know what, we're doing it. Get me to the CHAMPO! No disrespect to the non-league opposition that I've just walked down the tunnel early against. Bevan makes professional debut. Oh, that's not our Bevan. I mean, it is our Bevan. It's just not the... It's not the striker Bevan. Right. I can now load in our best 11 again. Give Keljo Avora a rest, because he did play that last game. And we're just ready to go, aren't we? I'll tell you what, I love that in the league we're allowed to have 10 subs. That makes it easier. 12 sprints coming up soon. God help us all. Oh, I don't know what they can do instead of sprint races, but I feel like there's got to be like something that could be more entertaining. I just don't know what that something is. Thoughts on Canada, Zandvoort and Singapore being sprints? I love the Singapore Grand Prix, but I think one of the reasons it's interesting is because of the traffic and strategy around it and how demanding it is. And I think a lot of those aspects are kind of lost. I think Zandvoort could be fun. The issue is, chat, we don't really know how racy the cars are yet, do we? Like, a lot of the drivers seem to think overtaking's going to be really tough, but I don't know how much I buy into that based on how many different teams I feel like were sandbagging and like doing weird and wonderful stuff. Like, I feel like the racing might still actually be quite good. And I think with... The thing is, something like Singapore as a sprint race, if there is going to be like lots of reliability issues, it could just be a banger with like a few safety cars. Have I won any Champions Leagues yet? I haven't. We're already in our third season. This is like literally the start of our third season. But we did win the Chinese second division last season, or 2 years ago. And then we've won the Auckland, the Northern Premier League and the National League this year just gone. Our career history is going to look very funny, isn't it, by the end of this save? Also, why is this not showing in order? That's weird. Overtaking the Astons will be easier when the blue flags are waving. That's bold of you to assume that Aston Martin's car will run long enough for them to need blue flags. Am I sticking out if I win the CHAMPO or leaving as soon as I win it? I don't know yet. Chat was saying that I should resign if we win the CHAMPO, but I do feel like there could be value in just staying in New Zealand and winning everything for another year, whilst just keeping an eye open for jobs that might come up. Now, Minty asked a great question, which was, has the quarterfinal been drawn? Or the semi-final been drawn? It has. Oh, shit! Okay, the next round is the big one. The next round is where we're very likely to play Christchurch. They won their first leg 8-1 against Rawa. Oh, chat, we're about to get through this round, assuming we don't bottle a 4-0 lead. We are going to have to lock in against Christchurch. We are going to have to lock in. I'm pretty sure it's 2 legs as well. All right, Norris is suspended. I mean, I'd rather he be suspended for this game than the one coming up, to be fair. Beat Christchurch, then lose the final. No, thank you. Please, no. I know what you're thinking, chat. Why don't you just check when the semi-final is? Far too logical. It's too many clicks to go back now. I'll get lost in the menus. We'll get through this game, and then we'll plan. I have to assume it won't be immediately, but because we're quite far behind on league games, because of the league stage of this competition where all the games were played back to back to back, our schedule might get kind of rammed and the B team might be playing a lot. Yeah, we'll get a pred going, chat, for the semi-finals, assuming that we make it there. Which, if we don't make it there from here, is disastrous. Hey, look, welcome to the stream. I'm glad your Pentagon's going okay. I don't know where we're going next. You've done Africa and Asia as your first 2. See, I feel like with Egypt, so we've got Egypt, obviously, because it's now in Football Manager, but also we've added in Morocco as a custom database. I think Africa becomes harder to win with those loaded. I do wonder if like a move to the A-League could be interesting. The thing is, I don't know if I can win the Asian Champions League as an A-League team because of the salary cap. Also, Badgie's bloody good, isn't he? Up the onion, Badgie. Lobo, by the way, brought back into the team. Lobo was our starting left-back last year, wasn't he? He kept scoring for absolute bangers and then he just stopped one day and we were sad. I don't think that counts as a banger. Who was the player you got from North or South America the other day, and what was his country name? Billy, mate. That's a very vague description of players. I don't know, mate. That does not narrow it down much. I don't know where we go next. I think we just kind of see what jobs come up. I don't really want to waste seasons going to a bad job from here if I think I can like see out a season at New Zealand and wait for, you know, us to win some titles. Like any little bits of bonus silverware can only be good for my rep. Be difficult to see what jobs come up with the FM26 menus. That is also a factor. Chat, when I'm unemployed or when I'm job searching, can you all remind me that I need to save the game more often because it does just crash more? Thank you. That's your job, chat. You can do it. Luke, I don't want to discuss the goalkeeping in today's Park to Prem, but it was painful. It was painful. I'm trying to think, is there any football managers who have started in New Zealand and gone on to have massive careers? Can anyone name a New Zealand football manager? To be fair, look, we won the Chinese second division, so our CV is getting bolstered. That's all I'm going to say. I don't feel like this is a place many managers kickstart their careers. Isn't there a setting to save every 10 minutes? I mean, there is, but I still need to be reminded to turn that setting on. I think it's every 30 minutes. Vidaria. Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, you should have scored there. One of our better New Zealand managers was Keith Pritchett, who used to play in the OLS First and Second Division for Wolves and Norwich, I think. Keith Pritchett. Do we have any dinosaurs in the chat who recognise Keith Pritchett as a name? He played in the old First and Second Divisions of England. What happened to the Norwich save? I'll be honest, it was just too easy and I kind of just wasn't enjoying it. And then Christmas happened, the dog had to go to the vets and there was a whole saga there and I just wasn't able to stream. And suddenly it was like a month later and I felt completely disconnected from that save game. Do you ever have that chat where you're playing a Football Manager save game and then you just stop feeling it? You just kind of, I don't know. There's not really a single reason. It could be that you go away from it for a while. It's like stuff in life happens and you like come back and it's just like, not feeling it. I think also just the game was too easy. I'll be honest. Like, I think they need to do some difficulty stuff with Football Manager. I don't even know what the solution is. I think the tactical options they've added this year are great. The AI doesn't do a very good job of using them. Onion Badgie, do it again. Ascenzo, Kodjo Avora. That was almost a banger. Oh my, I thought that was going to dip in. I thought that was going to dip in. I realise it is net 6 and chill right now, but it is on aggregate. I don't think they're coming back here, but you never know. It doesn't feel like a World Cup year to me yet, and I don't know why, chat. The wife looked at me yesterday and goes, "Are you doing the World Cup sticker album?" And I was like, is this a test? Like, is there a correct and like a wrong and right answer to this? Is this a test that I'm about to fail? I said, it's not out yet, but probably. That was my kind of middle of the road answer. Right, we're 2-0 up. We're chilling. Should we just do the whole World Cup in Canada? I'm on board with that. I have to go back to 2014 for the last time the World Cup had a decent host. The thing is, even back then, the hosts of, well, even World Cups going back a little bit further, kind of acquired the hosting rights through dubious means. I feel like the World Cup hosts have always been a bit shite. Playing Canada on hockey rinks, I'm on board for that. Should we just make it an ice hockey World Cup? That actually deflected. You get a lot of deflected shots in the current match engine. ...2006, the last one that wasn't shrouded in controversy over the host. I don't even know if it was. Maybe 2002? I don't even know, really. I've long accepted that, sadly, football... Oh, my, how has that gone in? Football is always just going to be surrounded by politics. And if I was to ever be like, I'm not following the football this year because of X political reason, I'll probably never watch football again. Which is it's a bit tragic. I feel like certain things have infested kind of football, but not just football, like lots of things that are very much, I don't even know what the word is, culturally significant, to the point where you can't really avoid it. Why? I just scored. I tell you what, I used to hit trick shots back in the day. That's a very niche reference. Does anyone know about why? Anyone know why I'm saying why and trick shots? There must be someone. Please tell me there's someone who got that joke. That was the best joke I'll make all stream if you got it. Jack, which of our players, if any, would you sign for Liverpool upon our relegation? Who would I sign from the West Ham current team for Liverpool, if any? I don't know if I'd sign any, mate, I'll be honest. Liverpool are actually in this really weird spot where I actually feel like they need to sell a few players without signing replacements. We've got like 20 centre-backs, it feels like, in the academy and like signed for the future. It's like they've gone, right, we need to replace Van Dijk in the next few years. What's the solution? And the solution is, well, let's just sign 4 under-20 centre-backs and hope 2 of them are good. What about Spurs? I don't even know. Is there... Who would you take from Spurs? Thing is, by all accounts, there's a lot of dickheads in the Spurs dressing room. And I don't know if Liverpool need dickheads in the dressing room, but I don't know who the dickheads are. That's an annoying goal. Like watching Van de Ven, did you see where he was just ignoring the tactical instructions he was getting? Like, it looks so shit. It's a clip that I just saw out of context from a fan. POV. But it was not a good look for Van de Ven. Like, you know, new manager, and you're just ignoring him 60 minutes into the first game of his, like, tenureship. Like, they kind of need someone at Spurs, a bit like Amorim at United, who's just going to, like, initiate a no dickheads policy and get rid of some players who are bad eggs. It's quite difficult to do. The thing is, there's some really good young players at Spurs, but I actually think it's some of the more senior players that are the problems, and I don't know if you could just get rid of them. Did people see the clip of Van de Ven where he's just ignoring the manager? I didn't make any subs now. I was too busy bitching about Spurs and West Ham. Apologies. Right, Christchurch in the next round. This is the round that matters. It's the 2 New Zealand teams playing each other. It's the final before the final. When do we play them? Fucking hell, we play them in a week. Right, B team for the next game. B team for the next game. Let me save this team selection as best XI OCL. Blimey. Right, chat. We are just going to play a B team for this next game. I'm going to let the assistant pick it. I almost don't want any of the players who are in the squad for the next game playing even on the bench for this next one. Romero is such a... How do Spurs fans feel about Romero? Because, like, it seems like he's forcing a move. He just... Like, Was he just given the captain's armband because they were like, "You're the oldest"? I don't really get it. Like, he's been outspoken in the media. He gets sent off in just the most stupid situations. There's just such a hothead. I just can't imagine him with such a young squad, like, as a particularly good leader. I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't think he's what Spurs needed, a leader in their dressing room and like one of the few more experienced senior characters. It's 2 legs, chat, the semi-final. It's 2 legs. Blimey, I'm nervous because if we screw this up, we're in New Zealand for another year. I feel like 2 legs makes it less likely I balls it up. Is there away goals? You know what, chat? You guys are smart. We should read the rules, shouldn't we, really? Good idea. Away goals are used. Okay, away goals are a thing. Are we home or away first? We're at home for the first leg. Scary. Right. B team playing this next game. No disrespect to Northern Rovers, who do have a great badge. Newly promoted team. Great badge. Chat, is it a lion or a swan or a goose? What do you see first? You see the swan or the lion first? That's the real question. Or do you just see both because they're both there? They're actually in 9th. They're doing okay. We're down in 4th, but we have only played 7 games. Spurs went from Kane and Son to Solanke and Adobe. To be fair, like, Kane was always going to be difficult to replace, and I feel like Solanke got pretty unfortunate with injuries. But yeah, their recruitment... The thing is, I feel like some of Spurs' recruitment's been pretty good with some really good young players. But those older, more senior players that needed to hit the ground running immediately just haven't worked out, either through injuries or just the fact I don't think they're very good. Northern Rovers is the most generic name for a team. It is like the fake team name, isn't it, that you might get if you created a club and it just needed a placeholder name. Ryaf, dude, thank you for the tier 1. 16 months. I hope you're well, mate. Appreciate it. I live next to the ground. It's a lion. But is there not a swan as well? The Gallagher signing is questionable, to say the least. I don't even feel like Conor Gallagher's a bad signing. I actually think he's the kind of player who could be, like... They've just scored. We are playing a B team. Reminder, B team is playing. I feel like Gallagher's actually not a bad pickup for them. He's the kind of player that I think they need more of. If Spurs get relegated, who will they sign? I don't think they'd sign anyone. I think there's younger players that would just go, right, stick it out with us for a year. We'll bounce back immediately. Like, unironically, Spurs could... if they got relegated, it would probably be pretty good for all their young players. The thing is, I do think Spurs have some really good players, but their good players are also the ones who just are injured all the time. Right, chat, don't worry about this. This is literally our B team playing this game. We've got the CHAMPO to worry about midweek. Like, Mikey Moore's a good example. I feel like someone like Gray, and ironically, if he could play centre mid for a season in the Championship, he'd be far too good for it. But I don't feel like he's at an age where it's going to hold him back. I'm not sure he'd be playing for England anyway if he was playing in the Prem. I feel like there's a few younger players as well at Tottenham who just lack confidence because they've been thrown in the deep end and they're just not ready for... I was going to say they're not ready for Premier League football. I don't know if that's true. But I don't know if they're ready for it on the regular. Like Bergvall I rate really highly. Does the Championship have a wage cap? No. If Spurs get relegated, the fans really do love Poch and they get him in. They could be Bielsa, just Bielsa the Championship and they'd love it. Imagine if Pochettino went back to Spurs in the Championship. That would be the most football manager shit ever. I kind of want Spurs to go down just because I don't want West Ham to go down. Because if Millwall go up this year, which admittedly is looking like it'll have to be via the playoffs, and West Ham go down, it'd be a bit tragic that the two teams miss each other. I don't want that. You know, I want to see a good old Millwall West Ham game in the Prem. That'd be proper good. That, you know, for all the continental fans, for all the North American fans, even gets too friendly. We'll get some proper British football. Oh, Mushroom Man, how did the toe surgery go? Are you good? I once broke my big toe, and I didn't realise how much you use your big toe to balance. I say I broke it badly. I was playing football barefoot in a warehouse, chat, with a slab concrete floor, and I went to volley a ball Di Canio style and kicked the floor, and my toe made a very bad noise on the concrete floor. Forest can go down with Burnley Wolves. I talked about this earlier. I hate how Forest have been run, but I quite like Forest as a team. But I wouldn't shed a tear if they go down. And it's nothing against the club itself. And I feel like maybe Forest fans could understand that perspective given, well, their last 9 months. Careful, we don't want to get sued like HITC7 did. Just be good, chat. Allegedly. If you had allegedly before everything, you're fine, right, chat? That's how it works. Really went well. Oh, good to hear, mate. I was going to ask, was it general or local anaesthetic? But you've just said you watched my video. Who needs anaesthetic, chat? Put on Parks Prem, you'll fall asleep while the surgery's going on. I always get a bit freaked out the times where I've had local anaesthetic, because there's just this weird feeling when you can, like, see stuff happening to your body that you can't feel. I don't know if that's just me who finds that particularly, like, weird. Also, why is Norris playing this? Norris is not meant to be playing here. He wasn't... Chat, remind me next game that Norris needs to get moved into the starting 11. He's just scored, now he's coming off for a rest. Kov coming back up is absolute early Barclays nostalgia. Facts. I'll tell you what, Middlesbrough Coventry in the Prem would just... It'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd, you know, that's proper Barclays. Right, we are winning with the B team. I'm not making any subs. These guys can just stay on the pitch and it'll be fine. Just show the stream and see you subbing off someone who's literally just scored a goal. Yeah, he's not meant to be on the pitch. I forgot he was on the pitch for me. We've got the Champions League semi-final first leg, like in 3 days' time. He's my starting left back. He was suspended for the last quarter-final game, and I forgot to rest him. I wonder what would happen if Wrexham came up. I say I wonder what would happen. I mean, I don't know if they... How much money would they spend? That's what I wonder. Like, how much money do Wrexham realistically have? I can't imagine they'd be able to do a Sunderland and spend like 150 mil on a new squad. But they are... I don't know. I almost feel like if Wrexham came up, it'd be too soon. But I feel like you have to have this mindset of the Championship because of how close it is. If you're in the playoffs, you want to stay in the playoffs and go up. There's almost like no such thing as too soon. Right, we won, chat. The B team did it. 30 unbeaten. Get that on my CV. Okay. I am nervous. I'm not going to lie, chat. This is the game I'm scared for. Because this is basically the entire save for the next season. The Oceanic Champions League, like, with respect to Solomon Warriors and Yatel of Vanuatu, like, the two New Zealand teams playing each other in the semi-final is basically the final. Thing is, my record against Christchurch isn't very good. We looked at it before. We actually lost to them last time we played them. They are the last team that I lost to. And I lost to them 1-0 when I lost to them. And before that, it was only a draw. Admittedly, that was the year before, which wasn't when I was here. I feel like with the quality we have on the pitch, we should batter them. But there's that upset potential. The prediction, by the way, chat, is live on the Twitch chat. So if you want to gamble your channel points away, get on it. Yeah, the home fixture here is the big one, innit? First game at home. This is the one to lock in for. I do really wish that Polina was registered for the Champions League, but we signed him after the Champions League closed. Because he is so good. Apparently the same team has won the league in Vanuatu for the last 14 years. I mean, that makes the Bundesliga seem exciting. Actually, I say the Bundesliga is quite exciting. It's the longest streak in the world. Ludogorets are next up with 13. Ludogorets always have quite good regions, don't they? Will I be watching Drive to Survive on Friday? Chat, I don't think I finished the last 2 seasons of Drive to Survive. I feel like the first couple of seasons were very unfiltered and raw. And actually the more recent seasons have got a little bit sanitized and kind of... I guess the teams are a bit more conscious of the reach it has and kind of perceptions that are developed from the show. Is Saka off to Al Nassr? I feel like I've seen so many transfer rumours involving Al Nassr on this save game that lots of them aren't true. Right, chat. Christchurch. We've got like a full strength 11. Also, isn't Ranson meant to be my goalie? He definitely is. Get Ranson in. In Kari we trust. Also, chat, can you hear some banging? I'm hoping you can't hear it. If you can, it's the dog eating the ostrich bone from yesterday. Which, I mean, that is a mental sentence with no context. But yes, Milo has got an ostrich bone at the moment. He's obsessed with it. I'm finding little fragments of ostrich honeycomb everywhere around the house. I've already vacuumed once today, and there's more around already. But I can just hear him gnawing on it and bringing it around. The bone is bigger than his head. Right. We need to win this. We're at home. Away goals are a factor. We need to lock in. We need to... surely we win this. Surely we win this. Also, why are the players walking through the door? It's okay. They only had 1 year to work on this game. Let's not do it. Don't do that, Jack. Stop it. Right. I'm a bad person. Let's see how we fare. Imagine if they score from kickoff. Chat, it's the Champions League. We want to win this. This is our major opposition. Whoever wins this probably wins the whole thing. It's 2 legs. We're at home. Away goals are the factor. Badgie! I would have got an Indian takeaway to celebrate if that goes in. I would have done it. It didn't go in, though. He's blazed it over the bar. Oh, last time we played them, we lost against them 1-0. We need the first goal. All right, Norris. We brought him back into the team. He is our starting left-back. Come on, James Norris. Town Town legend. He whips it. Ascenso. Played away. Only throws Vidaria. The Luxembourg international. Ascenso shoots. It's blocked. I mean, they are on the back foot early doors here. Oh my, what is the keeper's positioning? Joel Song makes the save. I'm not really sure what their keeper's doing. Why is the highlight still going on? It's like the 3rd highlight in a row. Felipe, bang! I've said bang there and I regret saying bang because that was awful. Oh, please. I'm genuinely nervous for this. I'm going to be real with you. I am actually nervous for this. Because if we lose this fixture over 2 legs, I'm stuck in New Zealand for another year. And it's a long season in New Zealand to have, basically 1 game that matters every year. Is that not over the line? Was that not over the line? Like, can we get VAR on that? I mean, we're all over them in courage. The keeper saved again. How many touches of the ball has their keeper had? Chat, if we don't win this game, I'm going to be fuming. I'm going to be fuming. We need a Robil Hassan. That's what I would have thought about. A Madison reunion. Imagine if that had gone in, I'm fuming. Does anyone else, like, if you do these kind of save games, do you ever feel nervous for these kind of matches where it feels like your entire season hinges on, like, 1 or 2 games? Like, I've enjoyed New Zealand. I don't know if I want to do another whole season in New Zealand just to then have it all hinge on these games again. Like, I feel like we're good enough to win this now. The fact we're at home and we've not got an early goal concerns me because, you know, we lost to them last time we played this team 1-0. Oh, please, please, please. I like that I'm begging with the game. These are the games you get FM the most. Why would you say that? They've now got a quarter. If they score CJ Chaos, it's on you. Perez, he's going to bang it, isn't he? Oh, my word, what a save. It deflected. Can I do a shout? Encourage. I mean, keeping a clean sheet at home for the away goals, you know, then a scoring draw is good enough. Come on, Felipe, Mon Ami, Crapisto. It's the Italian and the French linking up. And now the Luxembourger. Now the German. If I told you those nationalities, you don't think we're managing in New Zealand, do you? Crapisto. What a ball. Asenzo wide. Felipe, you got time and space. Kodjo Avora's lurking. Forgets to jump. Sane. Kodjo Avora! I'm nervous. I don't want to watch. I'm just going to cover my face in this chair cushion thing. That makes a great blindfold. We're nearly through the first half and we've not scored. I mean, we look way better than them and we've created way more than them, but it's not so dominant that I feel comfortable. Felipe, you can't get it away. Come on, Crapisto, have another go. Please. Where's Sane? We've had them pinned back. They're defending. Look how many men they've got behind the ball. They're camping. Videra, please. Oh, the dog's coming in. Milo, hello, mate. How are you? Do you want to come watch the biggest game of the season? No, you're just leaving. Okay, well, bye. He just left. Fair enough. Bye, Milo. He came in and then just walked out. He came and went, oh, it's too serious. I fucked up the team talk now. That's on you, dog. We'll just tell them I'm not happy. No, I've fucked it, chat. I fucked it. It's the dog's fault. It's the dog's fault. There's been 31 shots in that half, chat's just told me. 31 shots and it's 0-0. Oh, the dog's back. Hello. How are you, mate? Can I pick you up, uppies? How are you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's the football. Do you wanna watch? Sit. Milo, sit. Milo, there's a very big game of football going on here. This is not the best game for you to show up for, I'll be honest. I'll wheel back, but then I can't do subs. Sit, Milo. Do you want to sit? No, you just want to stand on my lap. Fair enough. Are you okay? I mean, at least you're happy. I think you look quite happy. Are you good? You going to sit, or do you want to go? That is my hand you're just nomming on. I'll give you pets. How about that? Is that a good deal? They're on the attack, mate. Right, Marlon, you got to go, mate. This is not... No, now you sit. Now you've decided to sit when they score. What? This is... Milo, this is suboptimal. This is not good. Milo, this is like 20 hours of gameplay on one match, mate, and you've decided to sit on my lap as they've scored. You literally didn't want to settle down. Now they've scored and you've settled down. Have you been sent by Christchurch? I'm pausing the game until you're finished. I'll give you some pets. Oh, now you want to go. Now you want to go when I pause the game. Interesting. You okay? No, you want to go. Fair enough. I'll put you down, mate. I'll put you down. Right, off you go. Get out of the room. Off you go. See you later. I can't believe it. The dog has literally come in. They've sit to a lap when they score, and now he's done. I'm fuming. The team talk was the issue, chat. I'll admit it. Demand more. You know, we're going to come back. We're going to come back. You know, in life you need adversity. Shit. Great save, Ranson. Right, make changes. This is the thing that we didn't have last year that I think we have now. I think we've got pretty good subs. Jimenez on, and Zombie on, and you on. Like, our subs are good. We're bringing Donkor as well. Chat, the dog has actually shafted me. I'm blaming the dog. Am I allowed to blame the dog? Let's distribute it to centre-backs here, because they've got only one player. Play a bit wider. And go more direct. Okay, bloody hell. Bloody hell. I'm panicking. You know what? Calm down. That's what I think we should say to the players. No, they all hate me for it, but calm down is definitely the right option. Right, and Zombie, Kodjo Avora. There is a second leg, but we're at home here. You, and Zombie, Jimenez. Look at the football. Look at it. Look at it. Chat, they don't play football like this in Christchurch. They just hoof into the ball and cross it in and go, oh, we're Christchurch. It's a beautiful goal. Crank that soldier boy. You. I don't know what's happening. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Come on. Great goal. Great goal. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. I'm still annoyed with the dog. The dog definitely is an inside man for Christchurch. Can I say, chat, so with the team talks, right, it's a bit stupid. When you do a halftime team talk, you're changing the player's body language. Like, that's what you change. When you do a shout, it's actually working on a different system, but the faces that you see here are their body language, which isn't actually what's directly influenced, which means you can have like a sad face, but actually the net benefit is actually positive. Does that make sense? So you should be aware that sometimes doing a team talks, like if a player's on a red, if a player gets bucked and you do a calm down, their body language might look negative, but the actual effect is still positive. It's a really common misconception of how the shout system works in Football Manager, and I kind of get why. But yeah, team talks impact body language, shouts impact kind of actual player attributes and how they're performing. Kodjo Avora! We're back! We're back! Come on! That is not good goalie keeping. Goalie keeping, official terminology. Come on, right, now, you know, we're a goal up. The subs have, what can we just discuss? The subs have worked, haven't they? Absolute tactical genius. We're so back. Reports of our death greatly exaggerated. Praise the players now. Hashtag Milo out. It's a big ball in. That's an awful defensive header. And Zombie, bang. Keep it down. Can you hear the dog bark there? As I said, keep it down. The dog barked. That was very weird. I don't know if the microphone picked that up because it was quite distant. Although, maybe it did, actually, because I could hear it with my headset on. I said keep it down and he started barking. That's a sign. I mean, it's not over yet. Jimenez, can you keep that in? Oh, we can. In! Kodjo Avora, he bailed us out at the end of last season. We bloody love Kodjo Avora. Felipe, by the way, at right back is having like the game of his career. Jimenez keeps it alive. It went through the keeper's legs. Shoot your legs, son! You remind me of your mother! Sorry to Joel's song. I don't actually know his mother. I hear she's a lovely lady. Right, we're on the attack again. Imagine if we get another. Oh, make it 4. Make it 4. Where's you? Back post to you. I've seen the future. I've seen... Oh, it's nearly found him too. Felipe, go on. Go on. What is go on in French? Allez, allez, allez! Come on! Chat, I'm a genius. What can I say? Tactical. We tinkered with the tactic. We were a goal down at home. We've gambled. We changed things up. It's bloody work. Felipe, what a boy. What a boy. That was a bit doubtful, wasn't it? There were 31 shots in the first half. There was 50 shots in total in this game. That's actually, it's 50 shots. No defending in this division. Absolutely no defending. I mean, there is still that whole second leg to do. That is a mad comeback, isn't it? Shout out to Kodjo Avora. It's the power of the headband. He's got an Adidas headband at the moment. I think he deserves Gucci after that. Although then he might turn into a bit of a Saint Maximin. And, we don't want him to turn into too much of that too soon. He's young. He's got time to develop. Wait, we're playing Northern Rovers again. Oh, wait. Yeah, we are. We played Northern Rovers last week and now we're playing them again. We'll play our B team against them a second time. They can play against the B team again. Okay, that result there makes me feel more relaxed. I'm saving the game as well, chat. It's that paranoia save. You know that when you play Pokemon, you get your badges and then you instantly save. That was me back in the day. Cold, mate, thank you so much for becoming a hot prospect over on the YouTube channel. Really, really appreciate the support, mate. Thank you so much. And shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. I don't want to throw shade at the Twitch viewers. On Twitch, there's 270 of you. On YouTube, there's 363. Twitch, you're outnumbered. What happened? The glory days of the Twitch empire are in danger. I will say, I feel like on YouTube there's more lurkers. Shout out to the lurkers. Well, Twitch is for the willing participant. God, that's maybe that's not the right way of phrasing it. YouTube is the algorithm has served you this stream and you will watch it. And you don't know why you're still watching, but you've not clicked off it yet, have you? Don't do it now. What you should do is you should go down below and leave a like on YouTube. Because then the stream will get served on people's YouTube homepages. Because the algorithm matters more on YouTube than Twitch. Quality over quantity. Is that true? The Twitch viewers higher quality. You know what? You guys can argue amongst yourselves. YouTube streams are woke. I love that. I hate the word woke when it's used unironically, but there is something funny about using the word woke just in the most stupid contexts. The algorithm literally auto-played this stream, so hell yeah. I was watching an Age of Empires 2 stream and it does me hair while I'm making nachos. I had nachos today as well. Oh, big up the nachos. And nachos and chili con carne with the wife today. And then we had half a tub of Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake. I'll let you guys decide, chat. Is that peak living or is that questionable life choices? It was blooming good. That's all I'm going to say. Who got injured? No, Santi! I don't have a right back on the bench. No, it's fine. You know what? Lagos can kind of play right back. It'll be fine. This is the B team anyway for the league game midweek. Ben & Jerry's cookie dough is way better. I think I agree, but I'd never had the strawberry cheesecake before. Surprised no jacket potato. Well, we went for nachos and then a salad. Like a fruity tomato salad. I know, chat. Salad with your chili instead of rice or potatoes. Game's gone, ain't it? I think cookie dough is my Ben & Jerry's of choice. I'll be honest. I'm not going to dispute that as a thing. You know what else is my thing of choice, chat? Maholi. They're the sponsor of the stream. Genuinely, I know I kind of mentioned them somewhat ironically at times stream. I love Holy. Like, I literally have one of these every single day. Either before I start the stream or before I start my recording session. I've got my partnership with them. I'm currently drinking the... What is this flavour called? Lollipop Lovebird. It's cherry flavoured. But there's a new flavour coming out next month, chat, that I've got already. I can't show it on stream. Oh, my word. It might be the best flavour so far. It might be. I'm hoping it's not limited run. It's that good. Hey, Minty, take it easy, dude. Is it better than other brands? For me, yes. Like, it's not a carbonated drink, but there's milkshakes that they do. It works out at 70p a sachet, and you get half a litre for that. Polina's scored. Relax, everyone. We're good. I wish this guy could be in our CHAMPO squad. Do they have an orange flavour? I'm trying to think if they do. I got their starter set. So they Holy do a starter set where you get like loads of different flavours to try. I can't remember if there was an orange flavour in that starter set or not. There was definitely a lemon one. Like if you like citrusy stuff, which I like sharp tastes like lemon, lime. They've got some good flavours for that. Have I tried the iced tea flavours? Chat, I don't drink iced tea, but I do have some Holy iced tea that I've not touched yet. Maybe that's something for tomorrow's stream. Iced tea, I don't know. There's something about iced tea which feels a bit pretentious to me. I don't know why. I've never been an iced tea drinker. Maybe I should try it on stream. I feel like if I'm an iced tea, I need to wiggle my pinky, you know, as I drink. I've not tried the Holy milkshakes either, which are meant to be quite good. Can you buy Holy for Sainsbury's Amazon delivery? You should buy it using my link below the stream. That's how you should buy it, chat. And you can use the code WTS for a discount off your first order. Or I think there's just a general discount as well. But the discount off your first order is very good if you just want to try out the starter sets. There's like a big starter set where you get the iced tea, hydration, and energy. So energy is the one that has caffeine in it. Hydration, I think, is... I don't want to get this wrong, but it's the one that has, like... It's, like, for when you're working out and stuff, which, obviously, I need. Then there's the iced tea version. But, yeah, there's a starter set that includes variations of all of those. But if you want the slightly cheaper starter set, and maybe you just want to try the caffeinated ones, or you just want to try the ones to have when you have your workouts, or you just want the iced tea, maybe you love your iced tea. There are those starter sets as well, which the discount also applies on. I was very happy when Holy reached back out to me because I did some work with them like a year ago and I loved their products. But then they had budget reasons. Companies have it all the time. They don't have all the spend for influencer stuff they have. So they stopped it. So when they reached out to me at the start of the show, we're like, hey, can we sponsor the stream for months and proper long-term commitment? Which is really good because some brands are like, hey, can we do 3 streams? Whereas they were like, shall we do 3 months? I was like, yes, sounds good. I really like their products. Like, their products are really good. It works out like 70p a serving as well if you get the bigger tubs. Like, you get a tub like this, right? I can show you here. You get a tub like this, and it is filled up to the top. You get your scooper as well. I can't remember how many servings are meant to be in this. I want to say it's 50, but I also don't want to missell you. But I just know it works out at 70p a serving. One of my favourite flavours is the pomegranate piranha. Which is a bit weird because I don't eat pomegranate. But I like pomegranate flavouring, apparently. Has Bargain Hunt filming inspired any auction visiting for you and what? I tell you what, that'd be dangerous. I don't think I could go to like an auction because I think I'd buy stuff I don't need. But the other day we went past like a like an antique shop and I literally turned and said to her, "Oh, should we go and have a look at what we can buy and sell at auction?" It was tempting. Are the milkshakes any good? I've not tried the Holy milkshakes, Joe, but I know people who have and really gas them up. I might ask if they can send me some. But the partnership I have with them means that I can just go, hey, can I try this? And they'll probably just send me it to try and stream. I haven't got a date for Bargain Hunt yet. No, I don't know when it's going to be aired, chat. But I think it will be kind of sometime in the summer. We really should set up a Twitch command that's just Bargain Hunt. That just says the episode might air in the summer. It takes a little while, obviously, for the TV show to be edited and then scheduled. I'll tell you what, chat, I've not really talked about the experience of filming Bargain Hunt. And for people who missed it, me and the wife are going to be appearing on an episode of Bargain Hunt in the summer. For people not in the UK, it's like TV heritage here. It's a bit of a weird show to go on, but it's very on brand for me, if you know what I'm like. But essentially, the way the show works, you're given £300 to go out and buy some antiques. You're allowed to buy 3 antiques or collectibles or whatever it is. It's like, you go. Sometimes they go to a shop. Sometimes it's like a car boot sale. Sometimes it's like an antiques show fair kind of thing. And then those 3 items that the team buy for their £300 are then auctioned, and they have to try and make a profit. Does that sound like the most British daytime TV show ever? Yes. Does it sound like something that people in their 30s go on? Not really. But does it sound like something I'd go on? Abso-bloody-lutely. So, yeah, that's a whole thing that'll be airing sometime later this year. Did we apply? Yes, we applied. And yeah, chat, that will be the WOC reveal. WOC face reveal. Why face reveal happening on BBC? Has anyone ever had, has any content creator ever had the why face reveal happen on national television? I don't know if it is. Right, lock in, everyone. Lock in. Who was my expo? It was Kate. And she was lovely. She was very knowledgeable. Did they ask my job? Yes. I'm a content creator. I think that is the official line. We actually had to confirm it with them this week. I guess that's for when they're editing the show. It's like, just to check, what do you want your occupations to be showed as? I did ask if it could be professional football manager, and they said no. What's my favourite holy hydration flavour? That is a good question. I need to actually check this because I don't want to get it wrong. They did also send me recently a tier list of holies, which I might do. Now, I really like the lemon hydration and also the pineapple one, but that's because I like that kind of more citrusy stuff. If you're not sure, genuinely, the starter set is the best thing to get from Holy. Just because it gives you like a few samples of almost every flavour, and you can figure out which ones you like the best before you commit to like a big tub. Did they refer to you as Work the Space? No. That'll make the viewers think you do OnlyFans. Maybe I do. I don't. Did I mention the fact I represented England at the Football Manager World Cup? I didn't. Maybe I should have done. We've not started applying for jobs yet elsewhere, chat. I don't want to apply for jobs and get sacked before we confirm the Champions League. Can you tell I'm more relaxed for the second leg now? We're playing Christchurch here. It's the second leg. We rested at the place. We won the first leg 4-1 in the end. Well, one game away from making the final. Is Wok's name going to come up on screen as Wok or the wife? It will be our actual name, which I have said on stream multiple times. But, you know, but everyone who's heard the name likes to keep up the illusion with me. Right, chat, I need to put a lock on the door so Milo can't sabotage this game. Can you imagine if I hadn't come back against Christchurch in that first leg? I wouldn't have been able to look him in the eyes. I would have been telling Wok that she has to take him to the park tomorrow. Because I just can't trust him. I don't think there's a wife. I think Jack is a chef and loves his wok. That would be the turn up for the Bucks, really, wouldn't it? She has said that she wants to play Football Manager on stream, but I don't know how serious she is about that. Maybe we'll do a tutorial session with Wok. That can't turn into a whole stream thing. Also, the dog will be loose in the house. Someone has to keep an eye on him. Do you or any of your friends call you or your wife by your screen name? I think most of my friends knew me before my screen name, so not really. Plus, it'd be a bit awkward for my wife if everyone started calling her Wok because she is Asian. So that would, that would be a bit on the nose, wouldn't it? Really, that's a yellow card play. Like, a lenient ref might let you get away with it as a warning. The last episode of Lewis has to be done by Wok. I'm not letting her manage the Champions League final. It's too risky. She can manage Woking FC. Chat, you've actually cracked it. Shit, they've scored. Okay. Look, it's fine. It's fine. The thing is, away goals are a thing, and they did get an away goal. I probably should be paying more attention. I'm panicking. Demand more. How did we even land on Wok for the wife's name? She called herself it. She used to post pictures of my food on a Twitter account called Wok the Space, which is genius, to be fair, from her. That's why she works in marketing. It's a self-appointed name, so it's fine. Right, Kodjo Videra, I need the away goal. Come on. Okay, that's good. That makes it a little more chill. Videra missed a few sitters earlier. I'm glad he scored that one. Also, I've just noticed, chat, there's no stand here. There was none in the last game, and I didn't acknowledge it either. My school, my primary school growing up, used to have a giant green fence like this. Did anyone else's school have a giant green fence? It was like I was in Attack on Titan. Well, that's how I felt in it as a small child. And it was literally that exact fence as well, like that shade of green. I wonder if maybe the game artist went to the same school as me. Look at that. That's a nostalgic fence. What? Some of the conversations we have on the stream really are exhilarating, aren't they? Who do I think is going to be worse in F1 this year? Aston or Cadillac? Probably Aston. I'm going to be honest. Do I think the rules should change year by year on FM like F1 Manager? No, not really. You think about how often the F1 regulations change versus how much the rules of football change. And the other issue with Football Manager is like licensed leagues don't want to have their league rules change unrealistically on a whim. Hey, Lawless, mate, you're joining at an okay time, I think. I don't want to jinx it because there is still 25 minutes left. That's an awful shot. But we are playing Christchurch here in the semi-final, who are obviously rivals of us in kind of our domestic league. They're the only other New Zealand team in the competition. Currently, we're knocking them out. I think people are hating on Aston. I'm a Fernando fan. We've got this. I don't think the people who are down on Aston are haters. I think they have eyes and watch the practice sessions and read the news and are aware of just how dire it is for them. That is a great save by Ranson. Unless it hit the post, in which case it's still a great save. I'm just fed up of VAR decisions on FM. Come to New Zealand. There's no VAR here. Chat, there were 50 shots in the first game. There's only 20 here. The game's gone. The game is gone. I don't actually know when the final is. Chat, what if I have to wait 10 months for the final? I assume the final will be in like a week because the whole schedule of this tournament has been so kind of close together. I'm talking about the final. I mean, we're 3-0. We've done it right. I think we're going to be okay. I think Fernando fans hate Aston Martin. I think they do. I think at this point, Fernando hates Aston too. I'm just hoping we get a better title fight and a new champion. A better title fight than what, Matty? Last year's title fight was like literally one of the closest title fights in recent F1 memory. If you're hoping for a better title fight than last year, I've got some awful news for you. Like, we've had some really good competitive years of F1 where the field has never been as close as it is. Okay, the referee bailed us out again there. I think we're fine. Watching the VODs the past few days, it's something that ties in with your talk the other day on immersion. You have had the same inbox site for Haaland to Al Nassr and Mbappe to PSG for weeks. Yeah, it is mad. The new stuff is so stupid. I keep getting Saka to Al Nassr too. I'm confused, chat, why there's a few trees planted in a square. The thing with the 107% rule is I think Aston Martin will probably just be given the benefit of the doubt. It'd be more damaging to the optics of the sport if they don't make it. And we've seen in the past teams and drivers not set a time in Q1 and still be allowed to participate. Right, chat, we're playing the Solomon Warriors in the final. Am I right in thinking that's the team we played in the league stage? How did they get through, by the way? What happened in there again? They went for an away goals. Oh, drama. Absolute drama. The Solomon Warriors, by the way, great badge. We didn't acknowledge that earlier. Great 10 out of 10 badge. Yeah, we played them in the group stage. We only beat them 3-1 in the group stage. Wait, the final is one leg. The final is one leg. Bloody hell. Right, how many games do I have before it? Oh, I've got 3 games. I don't think I'm getting to that game tonight. Tomorrow's stream chat might be kicking off with a CHAMPO final. Because I need to edit tomorrow's Park to Prem video as well. I hate to blue ball you. Can we book it in now, chat? 10 PM tomorrow is the official kick-off time of the CHAMPO final. I think that is a better way of doing things because I appreciate it is getting late for people. By the time I get there, it's going to be gone 11 PM. And I feel like if we now outline the fact it'll be 10 PM tomorrow, that makes it more of an event because then it can lead into the job hunt or whatever's next. Chat, I don't want an instant result. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to rush it. We're still in the Chatham Cup as well. Which, I mean, it'd be nice to win it, but there are a lot of rounds. There's 216 teams in the Chatham Cup. Chat, I can wear a suit for the final tomorrow. We can make an event of it. The last couple of nights, I've been up till 2 AM editing videos. I kind of want to avoid that tonight, and I still need to edit tomorrow's Park to Prem. I think it's the most sensible thing to do, chat. I know it's not going to be popular, and if you just want to go to bed and cry about it and come back tomorrow, you can do that, because I appreciate not everyone's about the Chatham Cup. If you are, you're the hardcore, and I rate you. But I think that's the way to do it. Also, I still want to do well in the league this year, because I think even if we only play the first half of the season, I guess it'll count as a win for the Northern League. We're Twitch chat, we're not sensible, we riot. Facts. I know the Chatham in England, it's a shithole. Where is Chatham in England? The moderator, if anyone's from Chatham or the area around Chatham, the moderators in this Twitch stream are not a fan of your house. Your house specifically, not your town, your house. Are there any Chatham defenders in the chat? That was a really nice goal if he's onside. Start tomorrow's stream at the same time as today. I think we'll aim to have the final start at 10, just because there's Champions League football on. And I always notice, Shan, I noticed again today, the viewership does go up after the Champions League football ends. I don't think that's much of a shock, but if you did ever wonder, does it have an effect? It definitely does. Do I think I have a reputation for South America? Probably not. I think ideally, chat, like this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but with the that's an awful own goal. With the Pentagon Challenge, you kind of want to minimize the need to build a team up from nothing. Like you want to try and go to like a top-ish end team. And I think the continents which I can probably leap to from here that will be top-ish end probably are North America and Asia. Maybe Africa, but I don't know if I can get a top job in Morocco or Egypt. But we'll have to wait and see. Right. I mean, we should be winning against Western Suburbs here. They've just hit the woodwork, though. That was scary. I took a second division Argentine team to the big win in 5 seasons. I mean, true, but I'll be going to a team that's already sacked their manager. And I'd rather just go to like a Boca Juniors or River Plate when my rep allows it, rather than building a team up from nothing. I remember in Argentina a few years ago, like, redid their football league system. Have they like settled on a system now? I feel like there was like 30 it went up to 30 teams in the top flight, which just seemed mental. They changed it again last year. Did they actually? I don't know if that makes me happy or sad. It's 24 again now. I am right thinking the Argentinian league went up to like 30 teams, right, for the top division. So they've now changed it back. They did seem silly at the time. I didn't really understand. I'm sure there was great logistical reasons for it. I didn't get them. Not going to pretend to be a connoisseur of football in Argentina as well. Just, you know, to set that out immediately. That's a good goal. That's a very good goal. Is Joe Knight like a good... I feel like I know the name Joe Knight. Hey, what the special? Especially happy today. Couple of birthday presents were a t-shirt and a mug from WTS. I was buzzing. We love that. The merch store's a bit hidden. I feel like I want to refresh the merch chat at some point. But I'm glad you got some good swag, Zach. That might be limited edition if we redo the merch store soon. I don't know what merch to do, chat. What merch do you want? Do you want some boxers with my face on? I'm not sure you do. I want to check that Knight guy who scored him. I feel like I know him. Wait, they've got a pen! What are we doing? What are we doing? Right, save it. Oh, Tracy! Will you charge £60 for WTS racing shorts like Williams? Those shorts are still going strong, chat. Those Williams shorts I still have. Joe Knight. Just chilling at Brighton. Played a game in the Premier League. Now he's in New Zealand. That is the dream football career. A football with my face on. I don't think you do want that. That Wells Morrison guy from the other team is the brother of a TikToker called Callum. I love the knowledge that gets dropped in the chat. I'm not going to ask how you know that. I prefer not knowing. Oh, shit. They've scored again. I think we're fine. Everything's fine, right? I've been doing my own Pentagon challenge on FM24. I'm not one of those Reddit people. Sorry to anyone who does just enjoy FM24. I'm actually in the African Champions League with Marumo Gallants in South Africa, and now I'm looking for a job in Mexico. I quite like managing in Mexico. I've managed in Mexico a few times with Chivas, and I like managing them because they can only sign Mexican players, and I feel like a hipster. Belly C, every time you tell me to manage in Colombia, the odds on me managing in Colombia go down by 1%. It started at 100, we're about on negative 2,000 right now. You're doing more harm than good for your dreams. Mexico, I like Mexico. Does Mexico still have the opening and closing stage to the year? And do they still have the thing in Mexico where a couple of the Mexican teams qualify for the South American Champions League? Because that always confused me. It was like the higher seeded Mexican teams went into the North American Champions League. Then a few Mexican teams randomly got stuck in the Libertadores. This was like 10 years ago, so it might have changed. Hey, Cam, enjoy the binge. And when you're watching the VOD later, appreciate you, mate. Thank you. I hate the MLS training system and the whole designated contract thing in game. I actually quite like, chat, this is going to be an unpopular take. I actually quite like the parity that emerges in American sport with a salary cap. And I find that the notion of having to trade players is a lot more entertaining than signing players for money in management games. That might be a really unpopular take. My favourite thing in like Eastside Hockey Manager is the team building where you have to like swap like for like. Like, it's not like in football where you can cash in on a player and then go somewhere else to get the replacement or, like, the alternative. Like, you're a lot more restricted in, like, you know, what you can do. And it makes the team building and planning, like, way more interesting. And the way in which a player's value can really be determined by how much they're on. Because the salary cap is just, like, a really cool dynamic that's fun in sports management games. Like, it's genuinely... It's one of my favourite things about ice hockey. Is the team building aspect, because I genuinely think it's fascinating. Like, it really is interesting in terms of how teams go about their planning and rebuilding. And, like, no team can ever be, like, fully completed. You're lucky HM was made before, after 2004. Before that, if you didn't manage Detroit, you were finished. Well, yeah, the salary cap is a beautiful thing. Does MLS work? Does FM work with MLS trading and drafting? Chat, we've bottled a 2-goal leader, but it doesn't matter because we're in the CHAMPO final. I have played a rotated team. Actually, have I? I haven't. This is my full strength team. We're just shit. Hijack tech question: is there any way to make 3D custom kits correct colours? If you find the way to do it, please let me know because I can't do it either. But yeah, I find like just trading players is just very fun. A normal question here would be to win the Asian Champions League from Aussie. The thing is, the salary cap of the A-League makes it very difficult to do that, unless you're Wanderers about 10 years ago. I feel like the next move, chat, is probably Japan, South Korea, or we go North America. I feel like the African Champions League will be best suited by going to an already established top team. Japan's kind of interesting because there's 3 divisions. There's a bit of a sense of progression. And North America's good because there's so fewer leagues. And I think if I get a job in, say, the Canadian Premier League, that lends itself quite easily to a move then to MLS or Mexico shortly after. And the nice thing about the Canadian Premier League as a stepping stone versus some other stepping stone leagues is it's very short seasons. Like, there's not many teams. And it could be a good place just to bolster the CV a little. Depends on what job we can get at what level in Japan, potentially. You've been to Japan before, though. I mean, I've been to New Zealand before. I've been to Canada before. I've been to America before. I've been to China before. There's very few leagues I've not managed in before chatting Football Manager, I'm afraid to say. And Zombie thinks he should be starting more games. I'll just ignore him. I'll just ignore him. I've not managed in Indonesia, but it's not in the database of the game. Chat, last year I managed in Bangladesh, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia and Singapore. I've managed in Japan, China, New Zealand. Like I've probably managed in most leagues around the world at this point. Like the notion that I can't go back to places, I don't know where I'd go and manage. I don't have any custom views, FR Wish. The whole view system this year I don't really like. I'll be honest, like the views are just too big. Like I want this to be a bit more compact. Like, I'll be honest, I used to have loads of different views I used, and this year, like, I basically have this view that I'll sometimes use for, like, squad planning and knowing, like, whose playing time is what. I have one for training, which I sometimes use. I don't really use it that often, but it's just a good way to view the entire development of a team. And because of a bug with the game, you can actually see the role suitability in a position that's being trained. So like someone like Santi, who I'm training to play left wing back, I can actually see the numeric value between 1 and 20 for how good in that position he is, which probably shouldn't be a thing in the game, but they've not fixed it, so I'm going to continue to use it. And then there's just my normal view that I use. Have I managed a team in Norway? I managed a Tivdeberg in Sweden. I managed Brobber Poikere in Sweden. Who else? I've managed. I feel like I've not managed in Norway, but who have I? I've managed in Finland. I've done Santa Claus FC. I've done Sweden. I feel like I've done Denmark as well on like FM13. Hey, Carl, let me know which of the holy flavours is your favourite that you get, mate. I'll be curious to know. The starter set is the best way, I think, to just try lots of different flavours. Fjornier, yeah, we managed in Iceland. Chat, anyone who says that I only manage in England, like, I totally understand that I do Park to Prem every year in England. I feel like anyone who tells me I only ever manage in England and I only ever do the same save games literally doesn't watch my content. I really should set up like a giant global map and just go through every single save game of who I've managed, because I think it'd be kind of interesting. I think I play full strength team for this game here, although Manu Cow are bottom, aren't they? I'm pretty... Yeah, they're bottom. They've actually not done that badly as a newly promoted team. Do I play full strength in this game, rotate for the next game, and then Solomon Warriors? My worry is if I play the B team for these next 2 games, that I lose match sharpness. Spanish Park to Prem next year. I've done that. I've not say I won't do it again, but I did it. People didn't really watch it, but it was with Racing Santander. I loved it. It was a very fun save game. Strong week, strong then the next week. But this is a cup game as well, chat. I will say, chat, just for anyone who's coming in a bit later, we are going to be stopping after the cup game against Phoenix today. Tomorrow at 10 PM UK time, which is whatever time it is for you now, take 1 hour off it. And that's the time we're going to be live. In 23 hours' time, we'll be playing that final on the stream. I kind of want to play full strength in the Phoenix game to go for the cup, but it is only the 3rd round. I think I rotate for this game no matter what. I think I might rotate for both these games. I don't think we're going to lose like match sharpness because of like a week and a half's rest. Park to Primera. Yeah, I've done France as well. We did an Italian save with Monopoly, who are in Serie C. Who remembers the Monopoly save game? Oh, that was peak lockdown. I should get myself a scratch-off map, shouldn't I? That's what I should do. Like, don't get me wrong, chat. Like, there's definitely countries I've not managed in before, and I'm acutely aware of that. I just find it funny when people say, you can't go there again, or why do you only do England? I'm a bit like, it's just not true. Oh yeah, I did a custom database creator team in Spain as well. We did a few custom teams. Obviously, Brawl Apex is the one that most people will probably think of. We did Jamaica, didn't we? We did a Jamaican team that played in MLS. I'll admit that save game only lasted like 2 seasons. It just wasn't very popular. And it was about 10 years ago. San Marino when? It's a bit similar to Gibraltar. The issue with Brazil is, and people bring up Brazil all the time, I have managed in Brazil years ago, and I don't think it works very well for content, purely because there's too many matches in a season. It's one of those ones where, when you're doing video content especially, like, you need to be able to get through a season probably every 6 to 8 or 9 episodes, so that every 2 weeks I need to get through a season. A season in Brazil can be like 80 matches. Like, it just doesn't really lend itself well to content. Like, never say never with this save game when I'm going through South America. Like, Brazil might be the easiest way to do it, but if I'm going to do it that way, I'll probably be looking for one of the big teams that's already in the Libertadores, so there's not too many seasons to slog out. Am I Auckland? We are Auckland City. We are not Man. It's Manchester United. No, it's not. It's Manu Kau. I don't think that's how you say it. Doesn't sound right, does it? The other team. Has there been a save you were loving but you had to stop because of views? I feel like now I have a pretty good grasp on what will and will not get good views. The Jamaican save game in America is probably a pretty good example. I did a save game where we added a team based out of Kingston, like, as an MLS expansion team. We did it the year that Atlanta got added to the MLS. And I did, like, custom graphics. I set up a custom database that had, like, all the Caribbean qualifying stuff for the Champions League in North America. So that similarly to how Canadian teams can't qualify for the Champions League through MLS and take an American spot, my Jamaican team couldn't do that. And it took so much work. Like, Football Manager, when it comes to the American League, to replicate all the rules, has lots of stuff hard-coded and, like, hackily fixed that breaks very quickly when you start editing stuff. I probably spent longer getting that database working to have a Jamaican expansion team in MLS than I did actually playing the save game for 2 seasons. I guess the Egypt save game this year, yeah, that's a good example, actually, of one this year that just didn't perform, sadly. Hi, Jack. Watching on a delay. People at work say Tottenham are too big to go down, which I don't understand. Do you think they genuinely could go down? I'll see your response in 1 hour, 41 minutes. Firstly, appreciate you watching the stream, Carter. Great question. I think Tottenham can go down. If you look at Tottenham's upcoming games, it's tough. That's not to say they will go down. Like, you kind of look at the teams around them. I feel like Forest and West Ham are definitely, more likely to go down. But I hate this notion that anyone's too big to go down. I think it kind of stems from the fact people thought that the big six were too big ever to be broken into. And you kind of look at the big six now, it's been chaotic for years. I'm trying to think, is there any country I've not managed in an FM that I'm, like, desperate to manage in? I don't know if there is now. I guess the thing is, right, chat, I've been doing content for 13 years? Did I start on FM13? I think it was FM13. So, yeah, 13 years. Like, I've kind of done a lot of the save games I kind of wanted to do in that moment. There's definitely places I want to go back to, and I think could be really fun. Like, I mean, we did Gibraltar again this year. I don't think there's anything wrong with repeating a save game like 10 years later. Just to be clear. Even like 5 years later. If you enjoy it, I mean, that's the main thing, right? I mean, Germany's an interesting one because I've never done lower league in Germany, and I've done lower league in Spain and France, and obviously England. I mean, we've even done second division in Northern Ireland, haven't we? Like, I've never done Scotland or Wales, but I don't know if I would do those. I think if I was going to do them, I'd be tempted to do, like, a Welsh team in England. Like Merthyr. One of the things that I wish I'd got working, chat, is when I did the Guernsey Park to Prem, I actually looked at the possibility of the next year doing an Isle of Man save game, but where the Isle of Man was added in as a UEFA nation. And so you'd have, like, players with Isle of Man nationality come about. And I tried it with Jersey as well, as like a proof of concept, Jersey Bulls. And I couldn't get it working to a level I was happy with, where it would actually be compelling viewing. It basically just there was an issue where no matter how far into the future you went, the players that got produced just like never would ever contribute to the team. Can we get a stream of the Egypt save? Probably not, Luke, just because the Egypt save is like, I was playing through 5 or 6 seasons at a time. Or 4 or 5 seasons at a time. And to be honest, we might end up managing in Egypt in this save game. Zerental, did I miss your sub earlier when I was yapping? I feel like I might have done. You just said funds towards winning the Champions League. I'm hoping we don't have to spend any more money to win the Champions League, because if we do, it means I fucked up this year. We'll see. If it could go wrong. Did I fix sub alerts? Yes. Do you want to know how I fixed them, chat? See, it works. I just did a test of the alerts. Do you know how I fixed it? Didn't change anything. Just turned off the streaming software last night and turned it back on today. And they worked again. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Technology makes no sense, does it? Like, literally. Sometimes that's just the fix, isn't it? Turn it off and on. What happened to the Ismaili SC save we did? Oh, that was the one that the other person was just mentioning in Egypt. So I did 2 videos on it. After the second video, there was a Football Manager update that broke watching back replays of matches, which meant for about a month before Christmas, you couldn't go back and watch matches that had been simulated over, which is quite essential for that content. But on top of that, I'll be honest, the views on the series just weren't very good. I was putting in kind of 30 to 40 hours to edit a video that would get less views than the daily Park to Prem videos, which takes 6 hours to do. And just from a kind of personal standpoint, there is little to no incentive to spend 6 times longer on a piece of content for it to not be as successful as something that takes 6 times less time. Like, it just, from an economical point of view, where I only have so many hours of the day, and if we're talking about pay per hour, I'm basically making 6 times less. It didn't make any sense, sadly. So even when the issue got fixed by Football Manager, like, the momentum had kind of been gone anyway, because the previous video had been uploaded like 3 or 4 weeks before. But the second episode just died a death, sadly. It's one of those things where people say they love the idea of that kind of save game, but then they don't actually watch it. Which, I mean, that's not everyone, to be clear, but it's the same when people say, why don't you do Park to Prem abroad? And I'm sat thinking, well, I've done it abroad in multiple different places. It's not always called Park to Prem, but, you know, the premise is the exact same. I actually find that a lot of the time when people say, why don't you do Park to Prem abroad? What they're actually saying is, why don't you do Park to Prem in the country I'm from or the league that I'm interested in? Which naturally, when lots of people are asking for that thing, the league that they envisage as the alternative league to England is different to one another. And they would show less interest in that alternative league that's not theirs versus an English save. If I was to create a custom league, how would I do that? I mean, I'm going to be honest, mate. That is beyond the scope of explaining in a stream. You'd use the pre-game editor for Football Manager, which is a tool that's available for free if you own the game. Go have a deep dive into it. Right. Question time, chat. Final game of the stream. It's the third round of the Cup. I'm really tempted to go full strength here. I played a fully rotated team for the previous game. The issue will be if I somehow manage to lose the Champions League. But we beat Solomon Islands. Is it Solomon Warriors? I don't want to get the team name wrong here and be disrespectful. Is it Solomon Warriors that we're playing? Yeah, Solomon Warriors. We beat them 3-1 in the group stage. I actually have the highest average possession and the most clean sheets. They're really not a bad team. The other thing is, am I even going to be around when the Chatham Cup final is happening? This is only the third round now. When is the final scheduled for? The 5th. I'm probably not going to be here in November. But then my other concern is if I don't play these guys in this game, is their match sharpness going to drop off ahead of the final? They didn't play last week, right? So they've had a week's rest. I think they can play back-to-back games 4 days apart. I think it's okay. Is it 4 days apart? Yeah, I think 4 days is fine if we rest them after this game. How long after is the CHAMPO? So the CHAMPO is the next game after this 4 days later. But just as a reminder for anyone new coming in, we are playing that Oceanic Champions League final tomorrow. Not today. We'll be playing that in exactly 23 hours time from now. So, you know, after the Champions League tomorrow at 10 PM, I'll be suited and booted. The other thing is, after that final, if we win it especially, I need to work out what our next job's going to be. I need to work out what the next plan is. Would I stick it out to the end of the year? Or, you know what, Nsombi wants to play more. Do I just play Nsombi for a game and then rotate City, Sane and Vidaria halfway through? That's maybe not the worst idea in the world. Our depth, by the way, on the bench this year is so much better than it has been. We've actually got good match winners. What team does? Well, I'm a Liverpool fan. I know, boo me. I mean, the reserve teams of the A-League teams, right, that play in the New Zealand League system, generally, when I've played against them, haven't been very good. When does the season tick over in Japan and North America? The Japanese season is actually changing in real life, and it's already changed in this save game, where it's going to the European calendar from this coming summer in real life. So the Japanese football season is just ending, which might mean it's difficult to find a job in Japan, unless there's like a manager merry-go-round already ongoing. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of rotation here. We'll bring in Santi. We'll bring in Lagos. We'll bring in Donkor. We'll bring in Nsombi. I might rotate things halfway through the game. If you get a job in North America, take it because the season will be starting right after the OFC Champions League. Not in Canada, though. We'll have to see, chat. I don't know what jobs we're realistically going to be able to get. Like, with respect to the Oceanic Champions League and New Zealand football, I can't imagine it's changing our rep that much. We won the second division in China in our first season of the save game and got 3 coaching badges sorted in that year. In New Zealand, I've not been able to get any advancement on my coaching badges, but when we were looking at jobs, we did get a couple of interviews from J2 teams. Like, if there's a team in the top flight of Japan that would offer me a job, it'd be very tempting. Hey, Zerental, sorry, mate. I'm glad I did spot it after the fact. I will say it, chat, and I'd like to think people kind of understand. And I'm not dono walling you. If you ever do sub and I miss it, I'm not being a pretentious wang and being a knobhead and ignoring you on purpose. I do just like to yap. I feel like if you watch the streams, you already know that, though, don't you? So that's fine. Canada could be fun. I like the Canadian Premier League. It's not a big North American league, but it's a route to play continental football. Doubt you win it, the North American Champions League there, but it could be a good way to kind of bolster our reputation in that part of the world to help with a job there later. I don't really know what jobs are going to be available, chat. I feel like so much of our decision-making basically hinges on what jobs can I get. I was about to utter the question, where would you like to see me manage? But I know that's a dangerous question to ask because I'll get 100 different responses and then everyone's pissed off when they don't get listened to. Which I'm sorry for. Go back to the manatees. That chat, can you imagine? Just run it back in China. Me and George Weah go rolling up. Him as my director of football now. Has Canada got any rules regarding how the squad has to be Canadian? There is a rule in real life about under 21s having to play a set number of minutes. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a salary cap, which will hinder the ability to ever be competitive in Football Manager. That ball just got cleared against his head. He's not allowed to celebrate that. Mate, the ball got kicked against your head and it went in. You can't celebrate that, mate. Did he mean this? I don't think... I think this literally gets booted at him by a defender. Oh, actually, no, you know what? I take it back. It was the keeper parried it. For some reason, I thought that Seal had volleyed it into his head. That isn't what happened. Okay, there's like a minute extra being played here. This must be the pointless highlight at the end of the half, right? Or is it? Pause. Chat, do you want to see something cool, by the way? I installed a mod in my game. This is always dangerous, isn't it? I installed a mod in my game that's the free cam mod. Have you seen this? Just while we're at half time, you know, it's cool to look at it. It's a bit buggy, I'll be honest. But look at this little free cam mod. Look at me in my suit. Does it look like me? You know what? Considering there's no face scans this year, like, it's not as horrific as you'd think. Like, I'm not going to pretend the nose is right. It's not that bad. This is using mods, by the way, chat, just to be absolutely clear. This is not available in the base game. Look at this. This looks very artsy, doesn't it? Oh, graphics look great. Maybe we should do a stadium tour of the new Lewis ground. You can actually just watch the games like this if you want. I'm not sure why you would. But if you wanted to. Look, we're right in on the action. Oh, chat. We can actually look at the kits that Whitey makes for the team. Look at the detail that Whitey puts into the kits, chat, that we never see up close. Ain't that a disaster? But these kits, look how nicely detailed he makes them. He does the colour and everything, and then we never look at them this close. Anyway, you know what? Back to the game now. I'm a bit scared the game crashes whenever I do that, even though it definitely wouldn't. Free cam the trees. Chat, do you really want to see what the trees look like? And outside the ground. I do like the fact that with Unity, there is this new potential for like mods in Football Manager. Like, don't get me wrong, the collateral effects of it are like less than ideal. But like, look, we can watch a corner from here. We can just watch a... Like, this is cool. I mean, if they score, it won't be cool. How's he missed that? You are shit, son. You are bad. Look at that. Dead trim. Look, I'm being abusive now. Don't book me, please, ref. People always say, you know, first-person mode. Chat, would this actually be good for the game? Let's discuss. Is this a good camera angle to watch a game from? Oh, my head's... I'm moving up and down. I'm in the game. I'll go forward a little bit. Could do assess Fabregas and tackle them if they run down this wing. Oh, what a play. Come on, Kodjo Avora. Does anyone else feel immersed? Dinks it. Senzo. He's hit the crossbar. Go on. Second ball. How's it gone wide? It is quite cool. I was playing around with this the other day. I left the technical area there, chat. Oh, there's a chant. Should we go behind the goal? Should we go in with the fans? With the ultras? Look at this. Score it. Come on. Do you not feel immersed here, chat? Videra. Kodjo, bang it. Come on. Come on. The fans are loving it. Look at it. He definitely supports the other team. He's not happy. Take a bow. What's the new Lewis Stadium name? I've not decided it yet. I think we'll open it up as a vote ahead of our second season in the ground. Is it just me, child? Did that actually look quite good in the stadium? Like, that genuinely looked quite good. I have thought about using it in videos somehow, but the replay system for rewinding and fast forwarding is just very cumbersome. Like, I have considered for the recap segment, you know, where I go through results since you were last watching an episode. I have. Our bloke's still here. How is he doing? He's not happy. There's the outside of a football stadium, by the way. Chat. This is why the game is buggy, because these houses got made. Tell you what, Doncor's a bit out of position over here, isn't he? Look at the moon, blimey. Oh, chat, it actually looks quite artsy from up here. What if you lived on the top floor? Like, do you get a good view of the game? I'll tell you what, I'm watching the game from up here. Can you see it okay? Oh, I can zoom in. I've got my binoculars out. Great save, Tracy. Shit, they've still got it. Panic. Chat, this is actually a quality angle. I can pretend I'm watching it from an apartment building. Okay, I need to just pause the game here and turn that off, otherwise our next match, the cup final, will start with me in a skyscraper. Ah, you know what? We got the win. I didn't rotate the chat. I forgot to rotate the team. I got 2 into the free cam. I was very locked in there, chat. I was meant to rotate the team, wasn't I? That's not gone to plan. You know what? We'll just select everyone and everyone can have a rest. Let's get to the day before the game. And then we can save up, call it a night, and then we'll be back tomorrow, 10 PM UK time, which is 22 hours and 40 minutes from now. Yeah, no one got injured. You know what? That is a good way of looking at things. Their top goal scorer is John Orabulu. 14 first touch. Like, he is not that bad. Like, nowhere near as good as our players, just to be absolutely clear. But he is semi-competent. How many gifted for the final tonight? An infinite amount. I'm afraid to say. I would like to get tomorrow's Park to Prem edited before 2:30 in the morning. Because last night, chat, I went to bed at 2:30 AM. That was what time I got the thumbnail and the video edited and stuff. Guess who was up at 6:30 needing a shite? It wasn't the wife, it was the dog. And then the dog was awake then. So then the dog kept me up. I looked after the dog from 6:30 until 8:45. Then the wife came down and went, "Do you want to go back to bed?" And I went, "Yes." So I had another 2 hours in bed. I'm actually surprised I'm not more tired today, but I guess the holy I had before the stream, the caffeine's kept me up. But I could probably do with a slightly earlier night, because the dog doesn't understand the concept of grace and decorum and letting a man have a lay-in. All right. I mean, I'll tell you what, chat, if we don't win the Champions League after, everything we've gone through, I'm going to be fuming. Look at the history of this competition, by the way. It's literally our trophy. Admittedly, Kashmir Tech won it the year before, and Wellington Olympic won it the year before that. We have to. We have to win it. If we don't win it this year, I'm stuck. It's such an easy game against the Solomon Warriors, with respect to them. Main goes bargain hunting. I did that too. We did this. He's been on the same show as me. Right, chat. We can save up. It's match day tomorrow. CHAMPO football. Hopefully the first of 6 Champions League finals in this save game. Yes, that is me stating that we're going to try and win the Champions League first time in every single country, which might be a bit ambitious. What jobs are available? Let's have a little peek. Kyoto Sanga. I think they're about to be relegated though, aren't they? Yes. I mean, they could stay up, but it's very unlikely. I don't know why, chat. I always check teams going, have they had a Tycoon takeover? Is anyone else like that? I'm just like, did a Tycoon takeover happen? Tokyo Verde would be a kind of mad team to go to if they get relegated. Remember a few years ago in real life, Gambara Saka got relegated from J1 to J2, and then they got promoted the next year and then won the league the year after that. Oh, chat, Melbourne Victory. Ottawa, Atletico Ottawa in Canada. Why is that? Chat, is Waterloo United a real team? Wait, have they added it? Is the database that I'm using added in a pro rel? Has the CPL changed its stuff? Chat, what's happening? Canadian Premier League viewers, have they changed it? Or is that a new team that's being added this coming year? What is going on there? I'm out of date with my Canadian Premier League lore, so maybe there's new teams been added since FC Edmonton left. They've not added Pro Rel, right? Is that a database thing where the database that I'm using is just randomly added Pro Rel? Oh, I don't know if I like that. Unrealistic. They've ruined it. Maybe the database creator knows something that we don't. My family live in Waterloo. It's a shithole. You've really sold that as a place for me to go manage there. Few teams in the South African top flight. I wish there's a way I could filter out all the, like, just see the unavailable jobs and sort by league position. Whereas at the moment, if you sort by league position, it shows all jobs and there's no way to filter out the jobs that are actually available. Does that make sense? I think I probably explained that awfully. Aren't FUS Rabat quite good? Or Raja Casablanca? They always produce sick wonder kids at FM, do they not? They've won the Champions League 3 times. There's no way I could get that job, is there? They finished 5th. I feel like... Or is it Wydad Casablanca? I think they're both quite good. You know what, chat? I'm worrying about this now. This is the thing to worry about when we win a Champions League. Not hypothetically the evening of the game. Anyway, I need to go do Park to Prem for tomorrow. I need to go away and edit it. But we'll be back with the Community Shield. No, we won't be. We'll be back with the Champions League final from Oceania tomorrow at 10 PM UK time. So after the Champions League games are wrapping up, come on by YouTube or Twitch. We'll be live with that. Then we've got to work out what the plan is in terms of job hunting and stuff and kind of the jobs we might be able to get, which should be interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave things there, gang, for today. Really, really appreciate you guys hanging out. We're back tomorrow with more. Check out Part to Prem when it drops. If you've not watched today's Part to Prem, go watch it. Views were a little bit down on it today. So, yeah, go binge watch it if you haven't already. And if we lose tomorrow, we'll be stuck in New Zealand for another year. So, it's more of the same. I don't want that to happen. Come back tomorrow. Let's hope I'm not suffering.